even though this is an extremely RNG based event, let me just try to tell you what my strategy insights were, just to give you a fighting chance. So to start, I remodded IG-12 and Grogu. I went for health. I don't remember what his mods were before, but I went for a health primary with as much protection on the secondary as I could, and other things like that. Like you see, this one is protection, defense, protection, health, and health. You know what? I think I said that wrong. I said on the primary. I meant primary, like the mod itself is a health mod, and then the secondary is actually the primary. You know, the health right here is 16%. I guess that's the primary. The only one that's out of lines is this one, offense, which is kind of pointless. IG doesn't really do damage, so having an offense boost is kind of like putting an offense boost on like Hermit Yoda or something. It's not going to do anything, but whatever. I didn't have anything else, so I just based it on his secondaries, and I was like, well, he's got speed in there, so whatever. As far as the secondaries, what I tried to go for was obviously speed. Anything that had speed, I tried to slap on him. And I looked for more protection, health, and then tenacity and potency. I just figured tenacity and potency, obviously if he's tenacious, he's not going to be taking any debuffs, or he can better resist debuffs, I should say. And then if he's potent, any debuffs that he could lay down, he has a better chance of laying down. So that's obviously another good thing as well. So overall, these are my stats. 149,223 health. Not bad. Protection, 85.5. Not great, but kind of not bad either. Speed, pretty slow. I never went first, but I guess it is what it is. I ended up winning, so. Potency, almost perfect, almost 100. Tenacity, not quite as much as I'd like, but I guess it panned out. Offense doesn't really matter here. Neither does special offense. So, yeah, that's what happened with IG and Grogu. And then, as far as Mando, well, there was a lot that went on with Mando. First off, I got him to Relic 8 today. I didn't really want to. I prefer to get this event done at Relic 7, like the requirements are. But it wasn't happening. Like I said, this took 11 days. And so I was just like, alright, I've had enough of this. So I figured I'm going to try to see what'll happen. On one hand, though, at least I'll say there is a couple of good things about getting him the Relic 8. You know, it's more characters for the Rise of the Empire territory battle. So, like, once you get into the deeper tiers, you need Relic 8 and Relic 9 characters. So, you know, this gives me another character at least. B is his ship, Razor Crest. You know, this is part of my active lineup. I'm using Executor, so I'm like, well, this is a positive to have the ship a little beefier as well. And then also, he is pretty decent. I use him a lot of times under a Maul lead. And when I use Disciplined Setup, he usually can get 20 stacks of Whistling Birds, which hits pretty hard. So getting him at Relic 8 only means he's going to hit even harder. So there is some positives. It's just a pain in the dick to waste Relic 8 on something like this. I'd rather do it to a GL or a character that's required for a GL or something. You know, not just random, like, oh, Mando Beskar Armor, duh. But anyways, I did that, and then his mods, I remodded him. I don't remember what his mods used to be, but obviously I went after offense, as you can tell. Offense for the set itself, plus offense where I could. And I went for, just like with IG, I tried to get him some health. I figured the more health he has, the better, because those enemies like to attack you a lot, so obviously the more health you have, the better chance you have at actually surviving. And then I just tried to beef up his mods like nobody's business. As you can tell, they're almost all 6-dot gold. Those 3 are still purple, but that's a stage under gold, so they're almost all there. I just wanted to maximize everything I could as much as I could. So in the end, his stats are looking like this. He's only got 91,000 health and 61,000 protection. Really not that good. Basically, his health and protection combined is almost the same as what IG has for just health, so that's not that good. Speed, he's even slower than IG, but his crit damage is a little high, and his tenacity is very high, which is solid. His potency sucks, but then here's where it really matters. His damage output is super high, and his crit chance is actually pretty good, too. So I'm thinking that's maybe where we got helped out. Even this, his special offense is not bad either. 8,500. output. It's not bad. So yeah, that's kind of how they're looking. Now as far as like general strategy, I'll try to play this again just so then there's something to watch while I'm doing this. I highly doubt I'll win because it took me a month just to do this, or 10 days, not a month. But basically what you want to try to do is keep your guys as healthy as possible. You know, you have Mando with his special that gives damage immunity and all that, so try to lay that down when you can. And B, you have IG who can heal, so heal when you can. I mean, obviously if you have full health then there's no point, but even if you're missing 10% health, just heal up, because these idiots like to attack you a lot, and that 10% health could make a big difference. It could be the difference between surviving and dying. So that's one thing. Just heal, heal, heal. Stay as healthy as you can. B, try to stay away from using Mando's basic. I know sometimes you have no choice because that's like the only option you're given, so you have to use the basic. But if you can stay away from it, do so, because the enemies will counterattack. Now, if you have a situation where it's like one enemy, it's not so bad because, you know, it's just one enemy. He's not going to hit as much, or like, look, you do this and then he's going to counterattack, but it's just one guy. But when there's two of them, they're both counterattacking, so that's a lot of hits that you're taking, which can be scary. So you don't want to deal with that. Now, as far as another thing is, the stage 1 and stage 3 have it so that when you take the shield down, Mando has a granted ability where you restore all health and protection and all that. So it's right here. I'm going to do it now. Basically what you want to do is you want to wait until this character's almost dead enough that you know you can handle in the next round. Then do this, boom, them two run out. You don't want to do it beforehand, because otherwise then you have 4 enemies to deal with, and that's too impossible. But see, when you open that gate, you get full health and protection and recovery, and all your moves go on a cooldown, or cooldown is 0. So now we have all the moves available. So what we're going to want to use is the second special, which is a stun. Obviously it says choose an ally, but there's one option. And then when you do that move, majority of the time, Mando will take 3 hits. He only took 1 hit there because the enemy died, but if need be, he'll take 3 hits, which can be pretty solid and make a big difference. Obviously now we're going to want to use the protection move that he has, because see, they're just going to go crazy and attack us. So with damage immunity, that doesn't matter. We'll use basic because there's no need to heal. We have full health and protection. Unfortunately now, here's what I'm talking about. I have to use the basic, and look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits, like 7, 8, 9. Look how many times they're going. That's very unattractive. So that's why I said if you can, just stay away from the dang basic, because it's more of a pain than it's worth. What else could I try to suggest? Whistling Birds. Whistling Birds is complicated because I do like to use it. It can be a very solid move. But the problem is A, Whistling Birds never seems to stack up quite enough. And B, obviously while Whistling Birds is active, Mando's not really helping or anything. He's just standing there. So that can be dangerous too. Like, if you have a move that he might assist IG-12 and Grogu, it's not going to happen, which isn't very attractive. Like his stun move. We just had that, but I chose not to use it because I thought I chose Whistling Birds. I don't know, I guess I didn't, because I'm talking about it, so I got confused. But yeah, he isn't there to help, so it's almost pointless at that point, you know? Okay, things are getting rough. Hopefully we get a heal soon. That's not good. We just attacked. Oh, and of course he has no heal. That's something I don't understand either. A lot of times their cooldowns will be like, I don't know how to explain it, on a cooldown. Like the moves aren't available. And I don't quite understand why. I don't know what's reducing our cooldowns, but I don't like it. Come on. Jeez, I don't know what to do here. See, this makes a tough situation because there's a couple options you can take here. We're getting close to being able to defeat this guy, so on one hand, I almost want to just take him out and use the basic, but then at the same time, if we take him out, the shields are going to come down, and we're going to want Grogu for the damage immunity. And And if we don't use that now, then we most likely are not going to get it next round. So it's just like, what do you do? I don't know. I guess we'll just choose the damage immunity because, you know, damage immunity is damage immunity. And hope for the best. Don't think this is going to work out well. Yeah, we just lost our damage immunity, so that might not have been the right choice. But here's something solid. At least we have this move available to do a stun, which already faded, but we can do some good damage here. 3 hits. They're going to probably take 1,000,000. Oh, they didn't. Okay, whew. Here's where they're going to take 1,000,000 hits, and we're probably going to die now, which sucks. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, dead. Ugh, so this is what I'm saying. It's very difficult to know how to time your moves. Like I'm saying, I guess when I chose the damage immunity, I probably should have chose the basic. I don't know. There's so much little minutia style strategy and RNG going on. It's too much.